Hello. Hi, good morning. I feel like I'm the beginning of the second day of the summer handmade market. Welcome in, everybody. I just wanted to hang out for the first Saturday of the summer handmade market, and I didn't spell handmade. I'm looking at all the things that I misspelled. Let me fix that on here. Let's see. There's no way. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Yes, handmade is nice. It takes handmade, handamde. I I just saw the title. I just updated the title, and oh wow, I was typing too quickly maybe. Okay, so welcome. I wanted to go into the show first. I need to make a listing for doesn't everybody. It depends on what they make, though. You gotta understand. You gotta find someone that makes certain things. Some can cook, some cannot. You gotta find what you prefer. So a sandwich, yes, exactly. Thank you. Excellent. So let me first put a listing, because I needed to make a summer handmade listing so we can bookmark. Yeah, am I? No. Oh, the Saturday, yes. I did this on purpose because I was like, I wanted to do it early. Here we go. Let me just talk. Let me show my face and talk. Kind of. Is this better? My sleepy hair. My morning hair. I've been cleaning some things around, and but I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the first show on the Saturday in the morning, just so I can kind of get the ball rolling, right? Thank you. So we get the ball rolling here. I needed to make a listing with the QR code, like Moody, so then we can see what we're doing here. So this is the summer handmade train goes to, was it August? Let's see. June, July, August. I think that's right. And we're just Friday and Saturday, anytime you want, you can put a show in. What I did was search for the summer handmade market and see all the shows of different people and their times, and then you can adjust it as you need. So you can kind of put your show in between other shows. You can, if somebody's going in the afternoon like I did, I put it in an hour before, and so that we can start getting the raids. We want to put connect people with the handmade, whether you are part of the handmade group, or you're just swiping through the Whatnot app and then you stumble upon it. We want to get the ball rolling on people's raids. Oh yeah, that too. Well, there's different things yes, Whatnot is very much a community based, not only selling, but for the handmade community, we do demos, we do chats, just fun conversations about a broad range of things. Whether you like the craft that you're watching, or you do a different craft, that's fine. We just want to support various ranges of handmade people. You're a joke seller, yes. It's hard for small time, and a lot of handmade people are small time, because it takes a lot of time to put things together. Sometimes custom work takes a lot of time, and we can't just make things and run it as quickly as resellers do. Sometimes I find things that are handmade in the thrift stores and resell them as that way because they're already pre-made. So in this case with handmade, we want to have consistent views of either people making things, demoing how they make their products, and sharing like tips and about whatnot about making things. I love to watch it's in my level, it's like the ceramics, the art, oil and watercolor. Just seeing that technique is really neat, and just seeing like, oh, maybe I could do something like that. And I did have done some paint things, so it's been very interesting just to expand the creative palette per se. So I just wanted to make a listing here, just so that people are aware that anybody that is a seller that is a handmade person can join, and they don't have to sign up for a certain time. It's kind of giving you accountability on you're going to join when you want to, which is difficult for me. So I've been keeps me motivated to keep a set time and to support the next person that we see that's on their shows live. So if we need to stay on so that we can catch the next person, then that's always the best thing. Okay, so I'm making a listing here with the picture. We have a QR code that if you have a Canva account, which can be free too, you can access it through the Canva app, and that'll give you the thumbnail so you can modify it as you need to and use that, so we can be kind of coercive and matching. So whenever you look it up, you can see multiple. Some are handmade with a little bee and the yellow thumbnail, so that we can jump cohesive. That's the word. Thank you. Not coercive, cohesive. My words. I knew I was saying it somewhat similar. Yeah, so we have the thumbnail. We want the sales. Exactly. So just being consistent and showing up for ourselves as well as the other handmade people. So it's nice that like people can jump in. I don't know, sometimes when we're in people's shows, we bookmark each other's shows, and then all of a sudden you see somebody, oh, I bookmarked their show, maybe I should just jump in and see what they're doing. So that could have been the case too. Or somebody that does handmade, you can share this information with them, and they can join in with us, hang out together, talk about handmade things. Let's see. Save the QR code so that if I can type here. Come here, save. So I'm typing in a listing. You can get the thumbnail and to join the train if you are a seller. And I didn't make a little like writing notes about what we're doing. So let me see what's going on. The echoing. My volume started echoing. So, okay, so let me add some show notes too while I'm doing this. And then my phone started making an audio thing. So let me go back to my table here while I'm talking and discussing, or we're just hanging out for now. Let's see, here we go. So this is a granny square that I'm working on. I wanted to do some, start on some granny square items for my shop. That reminds me, Mooney, let me do something here. If you need to, if you don't have to. I have a few of crochet books that have like the 70s style vests, and I could be a possibility to make one. I've always wanted to have one myself, so that's why I got those like book magazine. They're mostly magazines from the 70s and 80s. They have those magazines that have the patterns, and I'm not a strict pattern follower, but at the same time I like to have an idea of what I'm doing, and if it looks good and it works for me, I'll just keep following the pattern. But if it doesn't, I can just modify it myself and kind of make it my own way. So let's see. Thank you, Moody. Yeah, it'd be good that you kind of moderate the chat here. So who knows who will come on the Saturday morning, right? You get and it's been interesting how like even just the past month or so, like my husband and I both have, you know, our own accounts, and it's like there's been so many changes now with new people, new sellers, so the shows are different, and it's like I have to kind of revert back and like find new people to follow, see if I like what they're doing or selling, or if they're having fun, they have a good conversation. Let me move this around here. My well, he wanted to, so I was like, wait, let's just he started purchasing from Whatnot, and of course now we have a extensive Funko collection that he needs to kind of, you know, declutter as well, because, well, thank you, Push, I appreciate that. And a lot of the handmade sellers are like this, kind of laid back. We're making things. I know a lot of people have markets that they're working for. They're, you know, preparing items for even the next fall and winter. Of course, you know, we're starting to get into the Christmas season, which we don't want to talk about, but, you know, regular stores are already starting the holidays. Like, they're already starting October, and it's like crazy with the pumpkins and everything. Okay, so I wanted to make this listing here. So if you purchase this, because sometimes by mistake I purchase a bookmark listing. Yeah. There is a lot of fun things to make, because somebody even asked me if I can make a snowman, you know, crochet and things like that. Snowman, and because I make these like little round pumpkins, so if I can modify that to make like a snowman, it'd be pretty cute. So like one show, I have it right here actually. One show I was showing, you know, this is a cute pumpkin that I made, and I have a little cinnamon stick stem that I put on top here, so you can stack them up and, you know, do whatever you like. You can actually like safety pin them together and make them as a decor. So somebody was like, oh, that could be a cute snowman. I was like, yeah, you're right. So the way you can take a handmade item that you made for differently, you can modify it and make something new out of it. That's always a fun thing about creating, and I like to repurpose and we reuse things. So if I made something in the past that I don't, either they didn't sell or I don't like the pattern anymore, I just separate it. They call it frogging. So you pull it you know, you pull the strands and separate it, and then you can make something new out of the yarn. So a lot of this yarn, for example, this yarn is somebody else's scrap yarn that I purchased from Whatnot, and it's already just like, it's a little scratchy, so it's like I don't want to make any clothing out of this type of yarn. I kind of want to make a bag. So I was been working on you see the color is a little off, but it's not going to be like a color granny squares, you know. It can be a door stopper, right? You can put the little beaded or the little weights on the bottom. You had to have a door stopper, Santa? Sure. Make what you want. I see One Love Laser. I don't know if he ran away, but hi. One Love Laser, I see you. I don't know if you're here. Hey, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. I'm doing an earlier show. Let me see. Let me take my little camera here. Oh, you see my little tiny face here on from my computer? Let me see if I can adjust it. I'm always adjusting my camera. Hi. We're just talking about handmade, and you can be part of it too, since you make these beautiful handmade laser printed amazing jewelry and things like that. Let me just zoom in a way so I can I have a pile of clothes to like sort through behind me. I just realized that. Oh well, you know, this is real life. Pile of clothes. They're clean. But yeah, this is a summer handmade market, and they do this type of market style selling, and it's not a rate train. You can pick the time that you want on a Friday or a Saturday, and then you can set up a show. Since I know you do a lot of custom or handmade things, you can do a show as long as you want, and then you look for the handmade people that have the same thumbnail, and then you could rate to the next person. And it's just a relaxed type of market that we've done pretty much all year, this past year, since the winter of last year. It's been pretty much, it keeps running through, so. Oh, that'd be cool. I also play an instrument, but I haven't played it on the stream. I play a few instruments, so. It is the anniversary. Oh, you make, do you have an instrument? I've seen like different sellers do different like noise sound effects or bells or a goat for the first time sales. So that'd be funny. Just kind of grab it. It did start last summer. Okay, so we started last summer, and I thought we kind of took we were trying to figure out everything, and then we started in the winter again. So there we go. My hair is like crazy today, but it's okay. I've been cleaning in the morning earlier. Okay, I'm finishing up here again. I'm getting like jumping around. Yes, the goat sound. I've seen a couple, maybe some previous sellers that have the little screaming goat sound. So it's funny to me to see that. It's unique, and people do dances. They do first purchase dances and do fun stuff like that. Okay, finally. Yes, I would like to pin it now. Thank you. So this is, if you wanted to bookmark this, I'm going to have this in my show. And if you click on the picture, there's the information. Let's read it together now. Oh, when you tip. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So this is the Summer Handmade Market. This is the anniversary because we've been doing it since last summer. So it's for June 1st to August 28th. This is the QR code, you can save it on your phone, and you can go into your photos and click on the link. It'll go to Canva. If you have a free account on your phone, then if you're a seller, you want to be a part of this, you can grab a thumbnail and save a show, either Friday or Saturday or both. I heard some people were going to do both, and I think I attempted a Friday, and I was like, this whole week was so busy, so I was like, I'm gonna try to do it on Saturday morning, afternoon, be a little bit quicker, and then I could write to whoever pops up next. There's two people that I saw. One was B&L Market, Mercantile, that is going to jump on at like 1:55. There's another person I saw that I'm not familiar with, but I want to join in her show too at 2:11. So if you look up, just search, let me minimize the show. If you search Summer Handmade Market, and everybody should have the same title. So let me so you can see all these different people, all these different sellers, and make sure we can bookmark all their shows. Whoop! There's like some artists, and you can make sure to bookmark. I'm gonna bookmark all these because you know what? I'm being accountable. So see, Girl Friday Crafts, I just started following her, I think so. She's new to me. B&L Mercantile, I want to jump on the show next. So just to keep a rotation of people, looks like there's only going to be 5 different sellers, but if anyone is planning to do a show this evening, you can use this thumbnail as a seller and hang out with us in the Handmade Market. The Handmade Market, because it says today. Somebody put tomorrow, which is Sunday, but sometimes you gotta move it to a different day. So I'm just looking and bookmarking some of these shows. A lot of people have bookmarks, so that's good. We want to join in, and you can pick either a Friday or a Saturday or both. And if you're busy, skip it. If you don't think you have time to do it, Moody suggested, you can do a quick show and write to the person that's on, so we can support one another. Yes, and bookmarks help. Make sure to bookmark some people here, and they may not be here, but I'm also multi-streaming to YouTube, so I'm still talking. I'm still going to do a spiel about all this. So if you're on YouTube watching, and you're a seller, you can I think on my YouTube there's a referral code for a buyer, but if you want a seller, send me a message somehow. I think YouTube might have something, but you can join as a seller too and hang out with us and do handmade online with shows like this. So let's see. So we got in my chat here, we can follow One Love Laser. He's a handmade artist too. Makes some beautiful things. I bought a beautiful pair of earrings. It's got some cool, it's wood lasered, and it has, resin pieces? The colors in between there's those pieces, and then you sealed it with resin. Acrylics and wood, very nice. It's so cool. I love wearing it. And Crafting with Chris is also a seller, so you can follow her as well. And we enjoy everyone else that's popping in here. So Moody Virgo Arts is also a seller that is on this Handmade Market. So yeah, anytime you want to join in, put your thumbnail in a show, and you can do that. let me just, I talked for a little while. So, yeah, I'm just here, also here to chat and to try to work on this square here. So let me go back to the table because I got more room here. I just do all this here. And it's been a while. Oh, I feel like a whole week since I've been on. So just been kind of looking, and watching different shows, hanging out. Been pretty busy at work this week, but the week felt so long. And at the end of the day, I was like, I need more rest. So I'm hoping that these shows too will keep me motivated to jump back on a routine. And I feel like every few months, I have to change my routine. So like when I'm working in the office in my regular job, I have to adjust my shows. Sometimes I can do things and sometimes I can't because it's just been a long day. And then times that I work at home, I have more time to kind of set up. But yeah, it's just the motivation thing that keeps me and just like I need to do other shows also. So more de-stashing, of course. Got a lot of crafts. So, oh wow. So this is your full time now? Are you committing to the full time? Yeah. I hope it is. Hello, welcome. Thanks for stopping in, my son. But yeah, I'm doing some yarn here. So yeah, I hope this whatnot has been good so far with. Thank you. Excuse me. You doing good? Okay. In regards to sales, I hope that you do get more sales, because that's always the difficulty if like being consistent if you wanted to do this as a full-time job, or something to keep extra money. Ooh. You had a good thing with all the buttons, huh? That's awesome. I feel like it's a mix of both. When you find something good to resell, or you have a good connection with somebody that has items to resell, you can resell them and everybody enjoys it. But then once it goes away, the things go away, you have to think of something else to start selling. And I think that's what I felt like too. Like I had certain things that people wanted, so I sold them, and either I try to find more of the similar things, or I have to figure out another route to take. So I've been with craft books, and I was doing some crafty stashing, so I have a bunch of that, and I just have to continue making shows for that. But then after a while, it feels like I'm showing the same things. It's like, so I have to get some new products. So that's why I'm also with crocheting and with handmade. I feel like you can make some quick products and just throw them in a show. That makes it a lot easier. Yes, that was one thing that happened in the past 3 years since I've been on Whatnot. My father passed away last year, and my mom passed away like 6 or 7 years ago. So we had to declutter a lot of the things from my parents' house. So a lot of it was donated and or given to friends, and we sold a house, things like that. So, and we kept some things to like, well, we have to shred a lot of things too, but just, and I have my dad's whole collection of DVDs that I have to do a show for. That's what I wanted to, just the love of my dad's collection of DVDs. He liked the action, adventure, science fiction. So he has some classic Indiana Jones and I don't even know now. He might have Die Hard. So those kind of like movies that he enjoyed. I think we have the seasons. I think we still have the seasons of 24. Like when 24 was a big thing, the show 24. He was a big fan of that show. So so definitely in the works of doing that as well. The DVD destashing, and I would look at most of them and be like, I'm gonna keep this just as a reminder. Or if I don't remember, or if I don't find my dad's favorite movies, then I'll look on Whatnot to find it. Because with streaming, sometimes it's like, you know, people are like, they're going back to, you know, DVDs and VHSs of classic movies. So that would be fun to show my kid those kind of things. So I'm just, well, now it's getting better, I think, because of the way the color is, you know, changing here. It looks a little different. So this is the center here, except that little white, it should be. With this color changing, it's not a granny square style, but I think maybe if I make a big square, I'm going to show an example that I need to send out to somebody. This is a bag that I made, and I actually did physically, like, did one color and then change it to the next color and the next one. So this is like a granny square bag that I made for her that I need to send. And so I'm kind of doing the same idea with this one, with whatever colors come out of this roll, the browns and the oranges. It looks nice on a ball, like, but I don't know if it looks nice here, and it's kind of scratchy, so I'll see how it looks like when it gets bigger. Oh, I love the purple. That's one of the bigger sellers that I had, anything purple. So these are also earrings that I was, in a different show, I was working on earrings to put together. So they're just little granny squares, and I'm gonna put little hooks on them for earrings. So that everybody liked the purple everything. I had purple headbands and purple cup koozies and the purple earrings, and so I sold a lot of those things, and I think a purple hat. So that's neat. Yep, so I like it too. I like the purple with a teal, or, you know, the combo, like a purple and teal turquoise combo is nice, like a peacock. So I don't know, this is, I'm looking at the screen here to see how it looks. It doesn't look too bad. It just, once I get it to like maybe 3 more rounds, and I can make another square with this until it's all gone. Like, I want to make sure the scraps I use it up as much as possible, and then I can sew it together with a regular, a solid color. I'm not sure what, maybe a green. A green might look nice if it's however this combo turns out. What did I do here? Okay, I need one, and then we get to the corner part. See, with the old yarn, it kind of splits. Kind of, you can see the 4-ply. So the hook kind of goes in the hole there. Doing a corner here. So now we're getting to a blue color. So let me see where. Aha, so it changes to a green. So I'm going to get to a green eventually. I'm going to get to the green. I do like the color changing type of yarn because you can anticipate a new color coming instead of having one color. So I'm gonna hit the green soon. Maybe the third. The next set will be green. And it's like a little purple. You got a little bit of okay, here's the green coming. I do like the blue and green because the green is a little bit yellowish. Okay, so then we got this like a little bit of a olive green and a bright green, and then there's some more white. So then I'll start. They have a big section of white. Yeah, well, that'll be like a white section. I think one of the sides will be white, and then it'll go to. Oh, it's a mix. This one is a mix of a bunch of colors. Just a mix of things. Let's see. Oh, I just caught. Hi, Mel. Good to see you. I'm doing some crocheting. We're doing a summer handmade market where you can do your handmade things and sell them either on Friday or Saturday. And so whenever the next person comes on, whoever comes first, because I'll jump on and raid them to the next person. But I don't know if One Love, if you're still here. Yes, I'm using OBS. I just missed your comment, your question. So you can switch your camera views. I'm using my computer camera, and I have this little tiny up above here is a little camera. A tiny camera that my husband bought, and he's like, oh, you could use this for whatnot, because I used to put my phone up as the second camera. So I can do this, and then I can do 2 screens. Let's see, 2 screens here, and then I can do my full face. And yeah, I keep talking about my hair. I didn't do anything with my hair. I just put it in a ponytail. That's it. So, and then I go back to the table. Just watching the color changes here. It was from blue and it just went to this green. I don't know if it'll work. I'll just maybe make something, and once you put the solid color around the main, like at the end, and make a bag out of it, then it might look better. Cohesive. Might look cohesive. That's my word for the day is cohesive. because I said coercive, and I was like, that's not the right word. The word of the day. And now we're going to white. The white is appearing. So we'll see what I can make with these. I'm going to make 2 large granny squares and use up the whole roll here of yarn. Big ones. I'm going to make big ones and then use a solid color to make it into a bag. If there's enough of this like orange pop of color in there, I would use orange, because my orange is my favorite. Like a pumpkin-y. That would make an interesting fall color. Got a few white. I'm just trying to get to the next color section. It takes a little time. I've been doing this for 15 years or so, maybe more. I'm just trying to also be conscious of how eventually it's going to affect my hands. You know, if I do it too tight, then my hands could start hurting, so I just keep the project loose and not as tense, and I try to stay slow and don't do too much too quickly. I did start this like 3 times though, because I used a different size. I think I used a bigger hook, and then I went to a wooden hook, and I was like, this is not feeling good, so I went to a smaller hook size. But you also do the Mel. Do you do the crochet on the playing cards? Right? Am I right? That one's a little more difficult. I wanted to copy what you're doing. Oh, Wonderland does. Yeah, I wanted to copy her. I'm like, man, that's a good idea. I was thinking about that with something else, and then I saw the playing cards. So maybe I'll still do it. Maybe make a notebook with some crochet on the edges. Postcards. I did find some postcards at the thrift store, so, and I don't think they're old. They're just like a new, not used. I'll have to look at them. I'll have to maybe like find somebody that knows about postcards and ask them. I know Mighty Annie knows about postcards, so has some knowledge. That's a good point. I can do it. With handmade, you can. I know there's a fine line with feeling like you're copying someone else and making your own original ideas. So that's always a concern in my mind. I mean, if I can make the diamond look cool, you know, for some reason it looks cooler like a diamond shaped in a square. Like if it was like this. Make it into a bag. Oh, there's a new color. Oh, this is the one that's like orange and then blue and then like it got mixed together, so it's like a purpley, and now back to orange and then a blue and then orange blue. Okay, not that bad. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah. It is neat to see how people make things. Like, oh, I make this differently. I make the hats differently than some people. Or I try to learn the different ways on how to make different things. Got this orangey and blue combo coming. I don't know if it'll work with with the other colors. We'll see. But that's the best thing about anything that a person makes. They have their own signature look or way to do it. It does. Like a little heart. Because it just like all of a sudden this white popped up, so I was like, oh, I just gotta keep going then. I don't know. If I have enough to go all the way around with this color, it might be okay. What am I doing? I just want to see what the next round looks like. So this is what's happening now. It's gonna keep going around. It is interesting though. It kind of looks like if you can cut it. It would have been a cool effect. I don't know if I have to start it over so I can make it looser, or there's something going on here with this effect. See, it's half of it is white, and then the other half is like a blue and a blue-green. It might make something. I'll just keep going. I'm questioning, not sure why. And I don't normally do my shows. I feel like this is such an early show. I was like, I need to do something different, because night shows always get me when it's the end of the day, and if I don't go on between 8 and 9, I'm like, I'm too tired. I don't want to do a show today. That's my issue. Once it gets past 9, I was like, this is getting too late. And it's not. When I do a show at 9 or 9:30 and it goes to like 10 or 10:30, it's fun, and people are, some people are there and chatting, a few people. But it's not bad. It's just, I get unmotivated. And different people are on. Just new people. I don't know. So yeah, that's the big thing. Even with crocheting, I need big motivation too to do something. My motivation was I wanted to do something with this yarn, and I was like, let's see how it looks and then go from there. Okay, so now the yarn is gonna end and change to white. It kind of looks funny. Okay, so I was like, just to see what this looks like, and if it's gonna make any cool design, then I'm gonna make it into a bag. I'm still gonna make it into a bag, just have to figure out a solid color to complete it, because I'm gonna make a big circle and then just complete it around with a handle into a solid color that'll make everything go together. There we go. And now we're at the white. Oh, the white might go to this side. So maybe this, yeah, it ended up here. So it could, maybe it'll make a cool effect. If not, we'll see. Once I make the second square, and then I'll look at both of them and I'm like, what's going on? So now, yeah, it's only a little bit of white, and then it goes to this olive green and orange. Hee hee hee. hear my son kind of. No, so we have a few more minutes. B&L Mercantile should be jumping on soon. Earlier. Who knows? I am watching, I am waiting. So I can raid over. Or if the, see? The time moved, which always happens to me. I move my times a lot. So the Girl Friday Crafts moved to 3:11. And Gifty Gypsy is 3:24. Melinda's Creations is 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm talking Eastern. And that's it for Saturday. So, with the bookmark that I have there, so it's join the Summer Handmade Market. There's a QR code. And if you're a type of handmade seller, handmade paper, handmade, scrapbook, junk journal, handmade crochet, handmade knitting, any type, jewelry making, you can do your demo. Ceramics, painting, those kind of things. Trying to think of all the. I say, 3D printing is a job too. When you have to kind of clean up the project, or there's a form of handmade. Even though you just print out something, it's also making sure it's printing correctly, or it stops printing, or those type of things. I'm trying to think of something else. So we'll see with the next person what. I forget what B&L Mercantile. Okay. Man, my computer kind of went a little slow there. So the white is here now. Okay. Let's see. And then I have to refresh the viewing. Okay, 155 B&L Mercantile is still thinking about it. I'm still waiting for B&L. With a few people here, thank you for hanging in there, and we want to connect with the handmade, just different handmade people. You can join the market by making a show anytime Friday or Saturday and putting the thumbnail. Then you can, if you search and kind of fit your show in between other shows, so we can stagger the times. Hello, good to see you. How are you? Thanks for stopping in. I know I haven't done a show in a week. So I'm just kind of trying to reorganize myself, find a time that's best for me, and it always depends on every week. So ooh, that's nice. I know it. I picked my show here in early afternoon, which is not always normal for me. I do more evening shows, but Saturdays is a little more relaxed, so, and I can adjust things around. So I just wanted to do a chat and demo and see if any sellers are interested in doing the handmade market, all with us. And your wood earrings and your paintings. Look at you. I I haven't been into one of your shows in a while. DSW Heart. What is your, I don't know if you have a first name. I see that you have some. This Friday is, yeah. So are you doing this summer handmade market? It's great that you can adjust your times and, see what fits for you. And I do like this time. Look at the color change now. It's got the orange and the olive green. Yes, I would love to catch your next one. I do see that you're like on next Friday, so you can change the thumbnail and do a handmade one, or you could do it on a Saturday. It was, yeah. I thought it would be like right here, but then it changed. So this yarn's a little different, but I think it might be okay. If I keep going around, and then if not, like I would add an extra row of a different, like a plain color in between. That could be another option that I could do. To like do one round of this color and then one round of a white or a beige, and then just keep going with the color versus. I might try that option too. Oh yeah, the Happy Habits Challenge. That was a cool thing. I didn't get to jump on that one, but maybe the next one, because I definitely, doing shows needs to be a habit, and the motivation needs to be there to continue, even just day to day. Things happen and it gets so busy. So motivation helps, and helps from other people is a plus. So thank you so much for chatting with me too. I'll keep on watching and waiting to see. I think being in American, sometimes she changes her show, and that's me too. We always move around and change each other's shows. So let's see. She is not. Just waiting for you. Just waiting for you. Oh yeah, it is challenging. Even the 25 I did one with another seller, Tasha, and Mel did it to 25 days was a lot. 30 days is a lot, and even 7 days is, a bunch, but just to keep you on track is a good motivator. And having people come in and chatting and supporting is also a great motivation. Motivation. And when I talk about, the different things that I make, and people give me suggestions, is another motivation for me. Here, the white's coming. There's another white, so it'll be another section. You don't know what's going on. It's okay. I don't know if you hear any sound in the background. My son is kind of, so I had to find, something to do today to have some fun. That one was crazy. Hey, but it was a good. I think it was a good motivation for that time that I needed. What's going on? Oh, I hear the click, click, click. It was a good motivation for the time. I'm gonna get to a white portion now again. Like I said, it's gonna come up right away. Then it changes to this. What? Then it changes to this like navy blue and white. I don't know. This one's a little more. So you get some more of this in the mix of that. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do. The nice thing about having a market, this is like one that you can adjust your time and everything. It's not bad. I just feel like once we get the bigger picture of the rest, what it looks like, then I'll be more understanding. There we go. Back to the white now. But the nice thing about doing this type of market is you get to adjust your time. It's a little flexible. The con about this is if you don't have anybody to raid in that area, it's okay though. You can find another seller to raid. I feel like I might have to do that because I'm still waiting. I didn't tell her that I was doing a show, but it's like, hey, get ready because I'm doing I'm gonna raid you with some people. Some people decided to hang out with me for a little bit, so some people. Not yet. I'll just keep going until some friends came and to hang out. And yeah, so anytime I do more of these chat and craft more because it's just easy. I can pop up and do it, you know, whatever's flexible, and you're welcome to do your craft as well while we're hanging out. And I mean, it's easier if we actually were able to talk, but it's easier if you had a co-host. You could co-host somebody and just work on things. Okay, I'm getting to this fun section, this interesting section. It's like a black and white. It looked a little blue, but it might be black and white. I don't know if it's gonna. I'm just gonna keep it as it is and keep going. I don't think that somebody made this yarn the way it is. I think the colors were already picked out as they were, so it's kind of unique. When it gets to the end here, that's when it gets mixed with this other colors, it might be okay. It's nice to look at the screen to see what it looks like on the camera. You're right. Yes, it does, because when somebody co-hosts, the person, like, everybody gets a notification that they're following, that hey, this person's co-hosting with this other person. So you also get to meet new people. So that's a fun thing. And I like to see sometimes when people are crafting with, you know, paper or junk journaling, and they're co-hosting with somebody, so they're doing two different things. You see multiple things on the screen. It's a lot of fun to watch. Let's finish this square here. Ooh, this is too tight. Oh no, come on. Okay, got that around. Okay. So this is let's move this over. It's getting something. It's not bad. It kind of looks nice with the white. Kind of. So if it kept going white here, maybe this might be good. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll just keep going around. lost a string here. Lost a strand. There we go. No, I lost it. See, this little piece is just hanging out there. I gotta get it back in there. Where are you coming from? Okay. Sometimes I just have to let it go and fix itself. There we go. Gotta pull it. The square is getting bigger. I don't know. It's turning into something. Hopefully if the color was like white on this side, then I can kind of fix something. But if the white stays on the side, it might work. So it expands, and so like there's like white sections in the sides. It could work. And then I end up making a whole square, and the yarn is gone. I don't know. We'll see. I had the idea to make 2 squares with this, and then using a solid color to finish it off and make a bag. This is the corner. I like it like this, like a diamond. I don't think I can. I was gonna say I don't think I can, but I have made something that looks like it did like diamond shapes. Like I had a sunflower bag, and you make the sunflowers, and then you make them diagonally, and then you put them together, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe like 11 or 12 of them and you sew them all together into a bag. I gotta make another one of those. It was nice. It was fancy. It looked nice. Okay, we're almost done. My time is almost. That's fun. So this is all mixed colors, and the other side is not bad. I like the way the white in between the colors. I think, yes, for a beginner, it would be easier with solid yarn. So you can see the stitches. Sometimes with mixed colors like this, it's hard to see what it's supposed to look like. Like it kind of confuses. You can kind of see it when the color is different, how different it looks, but sometimes it kind of mixes it together. So just the solid color is easier to see. And definitely don't start with a dark color, because that's hard to see. You need more light. You need more light to see. I'm getting my water. What? Where's the frog throat coming from? My water. There we go. Whack, whack. Okay, whoops. There we go. Now somebody moved. The show was moved to some other time, so okay. Well, moved it to another day. The 15th. So. Oh, yeah. I understand. My mom also left. I bought her like a big bag. I think it was a Facebook marketplace. They were selling a big bag, and I think I sold that one actually. It said knitting on it, so it was like a vintage bag, and it had a bunch of knitting needles, and my mom was a good knitter. So I gave it to her, and then she passed away, and I got them back. I was like, oh, okay. So I have a bunch of knitting needles too to figure out how to use. But she was the one who gave me a crochet hook when I was at home recovering from an injury, and she's like, oh, you have time. Here, you can learn this. She gave me a ball of yarn and a hook, and I was like, oh, this is great. This is nice to pick up. I would be sitting on the couch. I couldn't do much recovering. I had a wound, and it had to heal. It took about it might have took about 3 months to fully heal. It was still wrapped, and then I started going to college around then, the early 2000s. That was so long ago. That's so weird. Okay, we still got some of this black and white yarn still going. Who knows? Maybe I can do the whole thing. We might go around. I don't know if people are just popping in and out of the show, but that's okay. Just swiping through. Swiping up. My husband does that when he's watching Whatnot too. He'll keep swiping. I'm like, why are you going into people's shows like that? It's like I tend to bump into somebody that has one person or nobody, and I was like, oh, I have to say hello at least. It's like, don't talk to me. I'm counting stitches. Yes. You're counting stitches or right now? Oh, my stitches. So I do 3, yes. I talk about it most of the time. This is in the granny square style. So I do 3 double crochets. In the corners, you can see I do a little corner. So 3 and then 2 chains, and then 3 more. So every section, I go to the next section. I chain 1, so that's the chain. You just yarn over and pull up as a chain, like a chain. And it's hard to see with the colors, but and I can also, let me see how much I can zoom in. There's a zoom in medium. That's better. Yeah. So the double crochet is yarning over. You put the hook through the space. You wrap this around. That's why I keep my finger here. You use the hook part to hook your yarn and make a loop. So you have 1, 2, 3 loops. Okay, I messed something up here. See, the yarn is kind of like starting to separate. I did something wrong, so I gotta redo it. I might have not grabbed all the yarn. Yarn over, put the hook through, and grab it with the hook. Make 3 loops. Now it's doing better. Yarn over. I do this little yarn over with my finger. Sometimes some people do it the other way. It makes a different type of stitch. And you pull through 2. You have 2 loops left over, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And people hold this part a different way. Some people like to pull it, the tension really hard. Some people stick their finger standing up, or sometimes I curl it down. When you're practicing, your fingers kind of get used to what you're doing. So there's no specific way to hold the project or the hook. Is just as whatever comfort you want. You hold it how you like, because I have a friend who is I'm guessing now she's closer to her 60s. But she's also blind. So she learned in the school. She went to a blind school and they taught her how to crochet. And she's left-handed too, so it's a whole different world. But she holds it differently, you know. I think she holds it like this because you hold it like a knife. And then there's this way where you hold it like a pencil, and some people do that, but I'm not very proficient with this, like, you know, whatever. But it just feels odd to me. I can still do it, but you know, if I hurt my finger, I could hold it a different way. But this feels like it's sturdier because I'm holding the work and the hook together. I don't know. It's just different for me. So, yeah, my friend, Lynn, she learned how to crochet even when she's blind. And so she knows, she holds it a different way. She has to feel for, you know, the spaces. So she'll do these. She doesn't know how to do granny squares. So it's like one day when she will learn, she's realized that you can put the stitches in between instead of finding the space here, like the spaces in there. These spaces are the ones that you crochet through too. So granny square is unique that way, where you crochet in between the stitches on the row before, right in between. So it makes that effect. Look at that. Would you look at that? Okay. But so if somebody tries to correct her, she's like, you know, sorry, I can't see, so you can't show me the way to do it or the way that you do it, because that's the way she learned it, and that's what works for her. So however she does it, you know, her tension is different. The way she holds it is looser, so her stitches are a little loose. But then after a while, when I would see her jobs, and people would purchase some blankets for little babies, and she would make them, and I've seen her stitches change, because you have to change the way you hold the yarn, you know, if it's loose or tight, you adjust it so that there's a lot of variables especially with mixed color yarn like this. If you crochet tight, it might make the design spread out more, or too tight. When it's loose, you get smaller print design. When it's too tight, it'll spread it out a little more. I'm almost there with the black and white, but now I'm getting to white now. At least it'll be a little space in between the colors. It's like I almost got there. So like if this part, you know, if I tightened it more, I think this section would move on to the beginning. So that's what I was trying to do. That's why I did this thing like 3 times already, because I had to you figure out what type of hook you use. If you use a bigger one, it'll make the colors less spread out, but if you use a smaller one, it might give you more color options. There's just a lot of factors with that. That's like an intermediate crochet, not beginner, but it happens that way. Because like if I wanted to, I would, instead of starting the orange in the middle, I would force the white to be the middle. So I would, instead of starting in the orange, I would pull it until I get to the white, and then start everything in the white, and that will adjust the colors. And who knows, maybe if I finish this square, and I'll leave some extra and start a second square in that way, it'll adjust the color, like the pockets of color. So it's gonna be interesting. If I keep going at this, I'll keep working on this one, and then I should have weighed. I don't know. I haven't, like, another level is weighing the yarn, so you know, like, I used like 4 ounces, so I'm gonna stop and do another thing with the other 4 ounces. I didn't even weigh the yarn. There's a way to do that. I don't know. I could. That's the OCD of crochet. If you want to unravel everything and redo it, it could be a possibility. This is not even, it's like, the whole thing is like 4 ounces of yarn, and that's the thing. It's like 3 ounces. So so if I get to the end here and I start over with this yarn, just continuing, let's see, the rest of it will be yellow. So if I start with the green, if I start it off with the green, and then it'll go to green blue, it'll might make a better colorway. So it'll start the middle green, and if I use the rest of this to make another square, and if I need to, I can adjust it. Like, I can go back to this first one and figure adjust it, or just leave it like that. You know what? I'm looking at this now, it could be okay. It could just be the backside of the yarn bag. The heart is a factor. Yeah, I was just looking at that. I was like, the heart looks cute. The little shape looks cute. I could keep it. And maybe just adding the sections here to... You need my help?
Mama, do you help?
Oh. Okay, go see Daddy. He can help you. So yeah, I'll keep it for now, and then I know he's popping in and out and kind of looking at what I'm doing, and then he runs away. Now he's getting a popsicle, so yay. I'm gonna tell him that you said hi, and he's like, who's that? It's okay, he's a little guy. Okay, so I think I'm not gonna wait any longer. There's nobody on right now, so I'm just gonna raid over to, since I think it's just you and me, Mel, so let's raid just to my friend Carmen, and I'll keep working on this. I'm gonna make a second square. Thank you so much. So on Sunday I'll show the 2 squares and see how it looks. I'm gonna do a show on Sunday. Thanks for hanging out with me, and let me see. Blessed. I know she's on. Thank you so much. Let me show my face. Alright, see you on Sunday. I'm gonna finish this. I promise.